Well, she's a little chilly. It's about 9 a.m., 29 degrees or so. But man, you can tell recently it's melted off here. Absolutely. And I'm eyeing this up and thinking I don't quite have it pulling down to the river. Just not quite. It's a little, can't really tell, but I'd be high, so I don't think I even have the clearance right there. And this is the steepest part, all snowed up, so it's chilly. I'll get warm walking this hill with a bunch of lumber because today, this weekend, I'm freaking stoked to get a bunch of lumber in and build out the loft and frame out the little bathroom. So that is going to be sick. The only shitty part is gotta deal with all this mud, very cold water. It's actually colder than when I was here last time and this was all ice and snow. But I gotta get all this lumber in there. That eats up a day pretty quick, doesn't it? But we'll get down there, get it all in. And if you recall, in my last video I got the little mini stove in there. So if I get a little wet, I can also get a little warm. Start hiking this stuff in and get to it. So I just brought the one kayak this time on my little contraption I built, which actually works super well. Just so I can throw everything on top of the tonneau and it supports itself and the thing doesn't ram through my back window if I slam on the brakes. Pretty stoked about that. Going about 80 miles an hour. It worked just fine. Snagged some firewood. And here I've got some just studs to help frame. Here I've got like 30 2x6. They were 14s. Cut them in half. My loft is just a little over 6 feet. I'll lay all those down, throw a chalk line, and cut it out. And here's a little 2-foot pocket door and a door up there. So this plus all, like I just put the firewood in this morning, but all my family's gear and everything, man, we were loaded down. Still able to keep the tonneau closed. And one kayak on top, just me. There's a little better look at her. Nice little 2-foot door. Pocket frame, which, ooh man, I never actually measured this now that I think about it, but the joist for the loft sit at about 7 feet, and this is about a 6'6" door plus 4 inches or something, plus the little hanging things. Man, it's gonna be close. So that could be an absolutely epic moment or a shitty one if I have to modify this in some way to get to fit. But here's a little better look. Bunch of wood, some bags, some tools, pretty much the usual loadout. And if I have spare time going in and out, I'm gonna just get as much free firewood in there as I can. But I'm stoked to be here. I got a little gripe about coming in winter and safety and PFDs and things like that. Man, I'm trying. Gotta do what you gotta do though. Just kind of using these times to, as safely as I can, get stuff in. Be a little easier to do it in summer, I agree with you, but at least now if I fall in or get my, I don't know, waist deep wet, the river's not very high right now or fast. Any of that shit happens, at least I have a fire to warm up with, so I can warm my toes up before I have to try and get back to the truck to save myself. Stoked. Also, shit, I hope this volume's working out. I had this waterproof case on this new little camera I got, so hopefully you'll hear me this time. That would be nice. Alright, let's start the looking like about 20 or so trips. I also have this big, oh yeah, I have this big guy full of blankets and some other odds and ends for the just cabin to make life a little easier when we start staying there soon. Super stoked. Looking like about 20 trips up and down the slippery slope, blow up the mattress, get it all loaded, and get it down to the cabin. Yeah. I also saw online that they were selling these chimney supports, so I have another 3-foot extension to put on my chimney. That shit's way up there. And I saw the supports that they were offering were like 160 bucks. So I just grabbed some conduit, 1/2 inch, 3/4. So I've got some sort of telescopic action, which honestly I think they're 5 foot, flattened them with a hammer, through some holes. I'm a little pilot, so wherever this is, I can pin it, do my thing. I'm honestly thinking 5 feet might be a little too long, but triangulated, I think it's gonna be about perfect. Let's do it so it looks good. Yeah, so I've got some hardware to do that, strapping for the chimney, like L brackets, screws. Oh yeah, and I'm calling it. Can't tell yet, but I'm calling it. The sun's gonna break through this. I'll be pulling 30 watts on my little 100-watt solar panel. Ooh. Did I call it or did I call it? 30 watts coming in. On the old little foldable 100-watt solar. Let's see how close we can get this to one load, but it's getting pretty big. Pretty full, I should say. But it's warming up. I called it. The sun's gonna pop out. Gonna add a little bit of blue. I mean, goddamn. I would call that about a day's worth of work right there. Cannot wait to get this truck backed up to the riverside. God dang. I'm about gassed. It's not even 10 o'clock. But we're doing what we gotta do. Double the work though. Truly having to load and unload and load and unload and load to get shit to this cabin, especially when this hill is inaccessible. Whew. And yet again, my many years of Tetris as a youngster pay off. That's a heavy load, guys. I think it's gonna float just dandy though. This stupid insulation got wet in the truck. There was like downpour. It leaked through the tonneau just right to get it nice and wet. So I'm gonna unfold that and dry it out. See if I can salvage some dry parts that I was planning on framing in today. With the floor, there's a little bit of soffit area I'd like insulated. And then I've just got my 2 bags, it looks like. A couple beers. No sweat. Right? God. Let's see. It's almost 11. I've actually got to take a little work call. I took the day off, but I'm going to call into one meeting I'm supposed to be involved in. Multitasking. Unplug and replug. I'm stoked, but I always get nervous just letting the air mattress sit like this. So heavy. Trying to get down the river before it's at the bottom of it, but this is the kit. It's looking good. Pretty light up front. Battery and some stuff. Got my PFD, which is the improper size I'm told, but a hell of a lot better than nothing. Sometimes when there's good weather and every once in a while I get a bar of signal right here or at the top of the hill. So yeah, pardon me while I take a little work call. Alright, we're doing it. Feeling pretty good. It's a big old load. Trying not to get ran over by it at the moment. It's a big old load back there, buddy. But we're going nice and slow. Trying to keep it in a straight line. The hardest part to do so is right up here. And that's a little far away for this camera to pick up, but it gets shallow and a little faster around that island up there. But, I bet it looks pretty. It's a big boy. Really nice. Really, really, really nice. That was a big load, but we made it to my little low water island where I can pop out here, drag this stuff up, throw it up there, get up at once and get it all into the cabin, which, ooh, you just get a glimpse. And as I was pulling up, there was some deer right down here, white-tailed deer, that I startled up, which is awesome. They're on the property enjoying themselves when I'm not. And I don't know what they're called, but they're like these ducks that are black and white. Rustled up a bunch of them too. They seem to be happy, and the geese are going crazy today. So now, I get to unpack this stuff. Yay! Just loaded it in the truck, drove it over here, just unpacked it. Just loaded it on the raft. Time to unpack it. Load it back up in the cabin. It's gonna be a beautiful day though. If you're seeing what I'm seeing, it's a couple little patches of blue. And a little bit of sun coming. Yeah, let's go. Yes sir. As always, we'll do the first walk up to the cabin together. And boy oh boy, there's no snow on this beautiful little trail. Remember, this grass is head high and extremely lush in a couple months, so this is definitely the time to pack it in. Whoa, she's standing. Looking pretty. Let's see if anyone's home. Knock knock. Oh, you won't be a big gap for long. It's loft time, baby. Yeah, so stoked. Let's see if we can get that fireplace shot. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, it's time to warm my hands up. You know what I'm going to do if I can when I leave this place? Leave myself a little fire set up so I don't even have to mess around. All I found was this little bit of cardboard, which last time didn't suit me very well. Alright, let's see if we can heat up some water. Make a little soup and coffee. Got some instant coffee. Yeah, I was so nervous. After I installed this, oh yeah, sun's coming out. After I installed this chimney, I got so nervous because I didn't support it or anything, and I was waiting for some big wet snow to fall and then freeze and then shear the thing off and come back here and have it all cut down or something. Absolutely ridiculous. So I need to get up there and make a little snow wedge. I've got, get this thawed out, you couldn't even see all my garbage last time. I've got these old pieces of scrap metal from putting the roof on that I think I can get something together. Just make a little wedge that kind of parts the snow to either side, so if a big old 6-inch piece thick of ice comes down all at once off the top of here, it'll at least not take my chimney with it. Alright, got the fire going. So thick. And I'm gonna trust it enough to walk away. I got the door closed and safe as can be. It's my second burn. I'll go check on it in a minute, but I'm gonna start hiking in all of this lumber, which is the best and the worst, because it sure makes a difference to have a lot of lumber around and, you know, really get building on things. My intention is to frame out the loft, which would be sick to come here and sleep up there, and to frame out this little pocket door and bathroom this trip. We'll see. It'll be a beautiful day, yes. Hey, there's a beautiful sound to walk up to. It works. Oh yeah, I'm stoked. Yeah, I don't think I've seen or heard a tea kettle whistle in 20 years. Great. First cup of coffee made at the Oxbow Cabin. Yes, sir. Hell yeah, I cooked. Alright, that looks pretty sick. So that'll be what the bathroom ceiling looks like. It's going to be in this corner. So that'll help about where those are, probably. Frame out a wall so that the run of these 2x6s is supported, so I'll jam them in there, make sure it's nice and tight and everything's supported. So then the run from here on is like the kitchen opening, and the 2x6 full length is like 9 or 10 feet, so it should be totally good to run that distance. Alright. I was thinking I'd have to rip something, but I might just be able to muscle that in there. There's something hung up here, like flip a couple boards, get a little space here and there, but it might just be perfect. 2x6 is all the way across. It's gonna look pretty sick. I figure I don't know if I really want an overhang here or not. Maybe like a 1/2 inch or something. I'll just snap a line and buzz all those off one day. Oh, what a good space. Good evening for a paddle upstream.